let's start off by talking. You can introduce a little bit about yourself and what brought you to real estate, why you find it so fascinating.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I've been selling real estate since 2009 full time. I have a marketing, corporate, and agency background. And I always loved real estate, but just shied away from the profession altogether because of the hard sales aspect of it. I grew up with my father and my mother having investment properties
Okay.
all of our lives. I grew up painting rental houses on the weekends, changing out appliances, moving tenants in and out. So it was very much in my blood. But I went into corporate for obvious reasons. When you're young, fresh out of college, you want to have a salary, you want to have benefits. So those are the things that I was trying to nail down fresh out of school when I was young. The sales side of real estate never really appealed to me, but ultimately the marketing is what drew me to this profession and to what I love most about real estate, which is working with sellers and really telling a story. I have always had to just truly believe in what I was doing, and I never felt like I was selling. If I believe I'm helping people, providing a service that's much needed. So that's part of the marketing that I really have evolved to a very confident, comfortable place. And that's one of the reasons why I love selling. Working with buyers is very different, but it's very, very challenging in today's market.
Oh, yes.
Because we have no inventory.
Yes.
So we're having to get very creative to find options for our buyers.
Yeah. What are some of the options that you are presenting?
We are cold calling. We are back to old school techniques.
Tell us a story that you love to think back on or something that was really memorable.
I had gone to Keller Williams. Keller Williams helped me learn how to form a team.
Okay.
They're a wonderful training company. And Keller Williams is where I started teaching marketing and a number of other topics as part of the leadership council there. So I had a big buyer business to start, and then I did form a team with Keller Williams and started branding my name and my team back in 2014-15. So that was exciting. I did not have an assistant or buyer's agent for the longest time, but eventually Jennifer Meeks became my first buyer's agent.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Jennifer was just starting out her business at Keller Williams, and I taught a marketing class. And there were about 25 students in the class, and Jennifer was one of those students. And it was nothing really special in my mind, but a few days after the class, Jennifer sent me a card in the mail thanking me for teaching the class, and she included a $100 Amazon gift card.
Wow.
Which was exceptional.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it, but that kind of, it made an impression on me. And then eventually Jennifer interviewed with me to be my first buyer's agent, even though I didn't have a team. I didn't even have an assistant. And she came on board, and I think she closed maybe 18 deals her first year.
Wow. That's incredible.
Which was a testament to, her drive.
Yeah.
And we haven't looked back since.
Wow, that's amazing. And for those viewers that don't know, who's Jennifer?
Jennifer Meeks is our broker in charge.
Okay.
And she is an amazing broker in charge. She's very detail oriented, very knowledgeable, and has been an asset to the firm since we started. She didn't start as our broker in charge, but
Okay.
she joined us as an agent and then quickly assumed that role as we were growing. So she's a great person and an asset to the firm, and the agents love her.
Yeah, she's amazing. What are some of the challenges that you found trying to do real estate during COVID-19 and what this year has brought us in the pandemic?
We have had a lot of challenges, but have really managed to overcome and thrive over the last year, believe it or not. The challenges have ranged from sellers wanting us to sell without showing the property. How do you do that?
How do you do that?
Well, we've gotten really creative
Okay.
and had to come up with a lot of ways to not only be safe with our sellers and our showings, but to manage everything much more closely.
Yeah.
We have had showings where buyers were only allowed to peep into the windows.
Oh, that's tough.
We've had showings, many FaceTime showings,
Uh-huh.
more showings where they were only allowed to walk outside. They were only allowed to present an offer before they were allowed to come inside.
Oh, that is so hard.
I mean, that's crazy.
Because that's a big investment.
We had about 6 weeks in March of 2020 where nothing was moving.
Oh, yeah.
It was still, very still. And a lot of buyers coming in still wanting to see property, but we made up for lost time in second
That's amazing.
quarter,
Yeah.
and we exceeded our goals.
Although it was a hard time for many people, your numbers just were above and beyond what you've done the previous years, which is incredible. Although it was a tough time, you reached 107 million in sales. What would you say are some of the successes and reasons behind you being able to produce in such a tough market, such a tough year?
Our agents hustle. They work tirelessly, and they are also connected. Our firm is so well connected, not only with the community and with our clients, but with each other. There are a lot of firms that do not have the culture of sharing. We share a lot of information internally. And not only are we friends with each other and we're, an amazing work family,
Yeah.
we believe in sharing. So that helps everyone. All of our agents continue to just keep their nose down and work with clients from their homes and get creative and embrace the pandemic with, even more of a heart for helping people. It's not a surprise to me that we had a record-breaking year because everyone raised the bar. Most agents increased their average price point, but then some doubled their volume, some tripled their volume.
That's incredible. Wow.
Our goal is to lift everyone up, to see every agent succeed.
And what are some of your anticipations for this new year with COVID-19 and some new ideas that you have that you mentioned before? What do you think this new year is going to look like with the real estate market?
We are going to continue to see low inventory this year. My opinion is that this is going to continue to be a strong seller's market. It's a great thing that sellers can command the money that they are for
Yeah.
these properties.
Uh-huh.
But local buyers are having a very difficult time competing
Yeah.
with our out-of-state buyers.
Yeah.
And there are so many people who want to move to North Carolina to get away from the rat race or
Yeah.
to just simplify their lives, live a vacation at home. Who wouldn't?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And this is the perfect place for it because it does feel like that oasis, that vacation.
I'm also seeing a lot of sellers moving to the South Carolina coast,
Yeah.
which is not a surprise. I love it down there.
I know. It's beautiful.
Bluffton, Charleston, Isle of Palms, Hilton Head, a lot of my sellers are finding new homes there. The local buyers and sellers are going to have to work with agents who have their finger on the pulse.
Yes, ready to go.
There are so many agents in this business, and if they're not working with someone who is active on the business every day, then they are not going to have as much of a chance of success in securing the next property. There are multiple offers, bidding wars, and it's not all about price.
Yeah.
So it's very important for us to continue to educate buyers and sellers about the strategies, and all the more reason to use a professional in the business who has the relationships and can help make a difference to win the deal through relationships and creativity. We're battling Zillow, Redfin, and a lot of technology tools that consumers believe are better for them, cheaper for them, and they'll get the same outcome, they believe.
Yes.
But that's not the case.
Yes.
Depending on what your goals and objectives are, you may find a use for those technology tools. But when it comes to finding a home, honestly, you have to work with an agent who has the relationships and the business savvy and creativity to secure that property for you.
What advice would you give sellers during this time that are looking to list their home in 2021?
It is the time to sell now, and timing is everything. Who knows what's going to happen with the stock market and the interest rates this year? But it is predicted to remain a strong seller's market. The best advice that I would give to a seller is to work with someone who has their finger on the pulse of this market, knows their numbers, has a proven track record in sales. Buyers want everything. They're looking for not only meticulous maintenance,
Yes.
but they are looking for significant improvements, and they want perfection. It's hard to compete with new construction in this market. The buyers who are looking to move here from out of state especially, they can afford anything in this market. They can afford to buy new. They can afford to build custom, and they can afford tear downs, remodels. Sellers need to know that they're competing against homes that feel like boutique hotels.
Yes.
That are perfect. So it's very important to invest in the market preparation process and to work with someone who is truly experienced and has a proven track record.
I know right now is a tough market for buyers being able to purchase a home that they love when all the inventory goes really fast. So what advice would you give buyers who are looking to purchase a home in 2021?
Buyers really need to work with agents who are hustling daily and actively working this business. there are so many casual agents who are friends or family.
Yeah.
But I really believe buyers should check the numbers, make sure that they understand the type of business that their agent is doing.
Yes.
You have to work with an agent who understands how to get creative and who has the relationships with that, maybe the other agent, and who has the relationships with the agent community and understands the property. And the hope is that that relationship will help in the process of winning that contract.
Yes. So what do you enjoy about living in Lake Norman, and what brought you down to the point?
I love living here because I truly believe everyone is happy to be here. It feels like a vacation at home. I know that people have come from everywhere, all over the world. It's a melting pot.
Yes.
And everyone is excited to get out, to be active. It's a very vibrant community. And everyone is excited to meet their neighbors.
Oh, that's amazing.
So it's a beautiful place to live because everyone's out and about. They are playing tennis. They're always involved in the water sports, sailing, golf. Residents here live a vacation at home. They have the desire to go out and meet their neighbors. It's a very active community, and it just feels like home. I have come from, a city an hour away, and it's such a big difference just living in a community where you have a lot of people just wanting to enjoy life.
Oh, and that makes it so much easier to enjoy your life and make friends that want to do the same.
Right. Well, it's a beautiful place to work. The resort lake community here exists whether you're on the water or not. You can live that lifestyle.
For the viewers that want to know a little bit more about you, what is your daily routine, or something that pumps you up, gets you ready to go and take on the day?
I love getting up every morning and going straight to look at new listings. I'm such a geek. Looking at the new inventory. It's like candy to me. So inventory probably gives me, the most excitement first thing in the morning, but then news. So I'm reading and learning. We're not a training ground. However, I'm a learning-based person. I believe that the moment I stop learning is the moment that I will die.
Yeah.
So I want to continuously learn and grow. The other thing that I've begun doing over the last year or two is just learning to be intentional about loving myself.
I love that. Yes.
And I'm very much trying to take better care of myself all the way around. So I'm trying to eat healthier and start with healthier routines. Some meditation, which has helped me find a peace and kind of ties into loving myself more and more the older I get. I really have started to feel like and believe that loving yourself is the very first thing you have to do.
Yes.
There are so many days where our time is eaten up with our phones and our texts and all of the busyness of life. And we have just every day is a blessing.
What would you say sets J.CASH apart from the other firms and franchises in the real estate industry?
Our culture of sharing, our belief that putting the client first is the only way to work. So focusing on the client versus recruiting agents versus finding a passive income. Focusing on the clients. Focus on giving back to the community. Our belief and investment in marketing. Our people are our greatest asset. And I believe we have the best people in this business in the Charlotte region.
That's amazing.
And so I'm very careful to hire people who I believe not only have the right heart for helping people, but they are living it.
Yeah.
They're not just in this business to make money. They're living it to help people, and they love what they do, and it shines through.
What are some of your visions and anticipations for the new year?
I believe we are going to do some very exciting things with media, and that includes video, but there are going to be a lot of other great opportunities for us to gain exposure nationally.
Oh, yes.
We are going to be rolling out some exciting new tours of the lake by water.
Oh, that's so amazing.
And other agents may be doing it already, but we're going to be doing that in a huge way, because those experiences they have will leave them with a feeling that they can't get with a normal tour by land.
Julie, thank you so much for all of that helpful information. I know our viewers are going to love that. What can you leave our viewers on with the last ending note?
This is going to be an exciting 2021, a lot of new things to come. It'll be a little different this year. I think that buyers are going to have a lot to look forward to in coming to the lake. And, we're expanding our service beyond Lake Norman. We are in the Triad. We are down in Charlotte and in South Carolina. We are covering a lot of ground. So I'm hoping that we're able to help more families, more investors. The landscape's changing, but it's all good, and we have an amazing group of people to help anyone who's interested in coming to the lake.
Like, subscribe, and follow us next week.